Hello, everybody. This is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 27 of my second series on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. During the last episode, we were relatively disappointed that our heir that we had trained since he was 6 didn't gain the Welsh culture. And he actually gained a pretty bad education as well. Which speaks horribly for us. But we're going to, once again, start out an episode with an assassination attempt. And I'm going to keep going until we get some... Okay, and once again, we've been pretty lucky here. But I'm going to keep going until... and we also helped them, helped our succession line in case these guys do start trying to revolt. Like I said, we're going to keep going till we get to, our Welshmen here. And I don't really mind the person who's teaching them. I would like someone better. But we don't really have much of a choice here. So I'm going to, well, let's make sure the person teaching him is Welsh, and he is. So we can handle that. There's no issue with that. In that case, let's go ahead and give it another try. All right. And I'm going to delve a little bit further into the bank account here. All right, now there have been 3 suspicious accidents. And all right, he's become the guardian here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull him back over one more time. And this is simply just to... I know he may not get the best training from us, but... this is to assure that he... And what I might do is I might just find someone who is Welsh with a good trait to pass on. A good education trait. Such as Iago here. Could happen. I would rather someone with a high diplomacy, however. We have the highest diplomacy, but I don't like that education trait. I'll hand him off to the Bishop of Fangor here. Or, sorry, Bangor. Alright, let's see if he accepts. If he does not, we may have to ask... Okay, he did accept. That's good. And we're going to, as I said, just keep a good close look. Alright, and the Duke Rodbert of Gloucester just usurped the title, Duchy of Gloucester, down there. So he usurped that title that we kept looking over, trying to decide if we really wanted it or not. Still trying to really decide. Okay, England is finally going through and trying to take it back. And since the enemies they were fighting were Muslim, they're using Crusaders. Alright, we've taken care of the Lollard heresy that had popped up there. And we have someone trying to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Oriel, but he is not one of our direct vassals, so not too worried about that. Okay, apparently my steward is not very good. Not sure how I'm getting all of these horrible stewards, and he says he'll be a much better steward, but we're going to go ahead and say we're giving him a chance and just hand this off to someone who's actually good. And since we delved into that money pit that I'm in, I'm going to send him to collect taxes for a little while. But what I want to do is, while we're here, award him the honorary title of Court Eunuch. Alright, Church wants me to organize a miracle play for about a 76 gold. And I'll do it for them. Maybe they can excise me of my possession while they're here. Alright, and we had a courtier speak publicly about my virtues, and there's a lot of people that liked it, but there are a few that didn't. Taking a quick glance at what I could go claim if I really wanted to. I believe England's area down here has disappeared. The King of Aragon has taken over, so England no longer has foothold down here other than an alliance. More than likely an alliance, anyway. I have a chance of claiming Norway if I really deem it worthwhile. Okay, we've had an outbreak, and I could claim it for a member of the House of England. It would put a Welshman over there. That's a tempting idea. Alright, we now have King Jordan of England over here. Let's see, I could go aid King Jordan over there, but it doesn't really give me anything. Alright, we have a Countess Muriel of Fife wants to claim the Duchy of Albany. And we will not let her do that. She will not end the plot, but we do not also have a reason. We do have evidence that she's of the plot. So we're going to go ahead and toss her in the prison. Alright, Germany seems to have split away from the Holy Roman Empire for some reason. The Holy Roman Empire's capital is way down here now, in Urbino. And it's Kaiser Caspar. It was no longer of the Salian dynasty, now the House Weigerish. Weigerish or whatever. Okay. Countess that we just tossed in the dungeon just died. He's a dwarf. Alright, we have somebody here who wants us to release one of our prisoners, which was the Duke Arthval of Moray. And he really doesn't like us, and we're going to diplomatically explain why we cannot release him. It'd be along the lines of, no. Diplomatically. Alright, the Okanot doesn't seem to really be expanding quite as much anymore. Not stating that they're not, but I normally see them all the way into almost Israel. This is kind of interesting. All right, we have just gained a claim on the county of Westmoreland. The issue behind trying to accept that claim currently, though, is I really don't want to delve too deep below that 500 balance that we have. And that's almost all the money we have. I'm going to let it go and gain the piety from it. And we'll keep saving up money, and hopefully sooner or later I'll actually have the money to start collecting those claims. Ooh, I can claim Aragon. I'm not going to do that, however. Just had a peasant revolt in Lancaster. I think I'll pull up all of my troops. Okay, and we have a bishop saying that one of my current bishops is a heretic. I'm going to say, sure, he's not a heretic. In fact, taking a look here real fast, we no longer have any heresy in our area. So, I'm going to go ahead and send my court chaplain back to research cultural tech. What I'm going to do is once they get there, we're going to move our king out of combat. And go back to the tried and true method of finding people we don't like and throwing them into combat with us. Alright, there is a plot to kill Senator Rod Burton's son. That would be the nephew, my nephew, her, possibly, that appears to be the line of succession. And she is attempting to, we're going to make sure she stops that right now. She's attempting to put his son on the throne, or her son on the throne, but her son is not of our dynasty. Alright, the people involved in that war won handily, so we're going to disband. And I'm going to start keeping an eye out on upgrading and keeping us above about... Oh, actually, I'm going to wait until we get to 1,000. I'm going to start keeping 1,000 as my hold. I'm not real sure how you would change the succession laws of France now without having an internal revolt to do so. That's strange to me. We seem to be having quite a few revolts, and I'm not real sure why. Could possibly simply be that we have Welshmen over English areas. That's probably the real culprit. But let's go ahead and pull up some troops. Pause real fast while we throw some undesirables at these rebels. Alright, we had a victory, so we're going to disband them so we don't keep losing money. Alright, dialing back, we have something interesting that happened up here. Apparently, does England actually... No, this is a different part of Norway. It just looks like it. Alright, we had a prince that was excommunicated. I didn't actually notice him get excommunicated, but he had the excommunication lifted. Norway is pretty much hurting right now. And there are a few wars actually occurring. Ruthenia is massive and has finally, pretty much with the exception of a very few areas, owns all of Russia. Alright, we had our marshal pass. Let's pause and appoint a new marshal. That's going to be Duke Niall of Connaught. Swing in and we're going to just set him to keep researching military tech in our capital. So what we're hoping for is at some point to start getting more castle infrastructure. Which in fact, let's go ahead and take a look at our technology and make sure that's what we're working on. We're working on town infrastructure. Let's bring it up to castle infrastructure. Legalism and tactics. Alright, one of our courtiers passed away. We got some more peasant revolts. Seem to be drawing a relatively unlucky lottery here. Alright, and as we can see, this the county of Albany, or the Duchy of Albany here, can field a lot of troops. Take a quick glance, see if we want to go ahead and build something. I'm going to actually build up to a large stable. Dial back. Norway seems to have reformed mostly. Still seems to be in a battle with Denmark. Right, making the comment that Ruthenia was pretty much together has actually changed now. They've got another claim on Ruthenia and someone else is pressing it. The Okanid have made themselves a rather impressive force over here to the east. Alright, we put another felon to death. Byzantine Empire is not quite as impressive as it used to be, but it's still fairly impressive for what I'm used to seeing. Alright, do we have some internal squabbling going on here? Yeah, we have some internal fighting going on in France. Brittany still controls that one little area down in the Iberian Peninsula. And actually, my absolute goal for when this king passes away is to take all of these areas from Norway. And that'll be our goal once this king passes. But I now have the money, so I think I'm going to start possibly working towards that claim on those next two areas. Not sure, though. I think I'm going to forego collecting claims and work on simply sowing dissent. I've already gotten a new claim. Work on sowing dissent in England. See if I can't get them to revolt. Appears to be quite a bit of change in Middle East and Africa here of who's actually in control of what. Got smallpox breakout. The Seljuks seem to have gotten much more powerful here. Okay, we have my nephew seeks to kill his father. His father is just now starting to like me. But the nephew likes me a bit, but I'm sure that will go down relatively quickly. I'll go ahead and try to get him to end his plot. Alright, we have had a crusade called for Andalusia. I'll pause real fast because I want to see where this crusade is actually called for. It's the Kingdom of Andalusia. I'm not seeing any places highlighted. This is once again those issues of the Kingdom of Andalusia is actually a titular title, I thought. So Aftasid here. We'll ask him to join. And I think I am actually going to send some of my troops that direction. I'll send some of my own, as well as some of the surrounding troops. Not all of them, of course, but enough that we can actually deal with some of the issue here. Alright, and altogether I'm going to need 120 ships. It's 40, 53, 88. I need one more ship on top of that. Those all work. We'll send them into Dyfed down here. Combine those. combine those, and our heir hasn't come of age yet, has he? No. So what I'm going to do is we're going to leave King Sinfin in this time and allow him to get his Crusader bonus. We're going to take some of the better commanders with us. Let's see if anybody actually has any military traits that could come in handy, but they don't appear to. So who we're bringing for now, and those will come with us. I'm going to embark them and then run them down here. And alright, we do not have 10-to-1 ratio there. So, there's a high attrition because of typhoid fever. It's probably one of the best times to have disease ravaging your city, is when people are coming in trying to siege you. Alright, there's been a little bit of distrust sowed between Duke Nicholas of York and King Jordan. And all I'm going to try to do is take a few of their coastal cities. We're actually leading the amount of contribution to the war currently. That's always nice. We are still working on trying to take this one area. I'm going to pop the speed up a little bit. We're going to keep a good look, make sure that we don't get hit by any large stacks of enemies that we're not prepared for. What I don't understand is that we did not... I'm not sure what we need to attack to get the Crusader trait. Alright, we have taken the first area. And now we do have a 10-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to start working this down, at least for that first one. Alright, we had another bit of issue with the siege. Okay, our court chaplain has passed away, so let's appoint a new one. What we're going to do with this court chaplain is simply send him down into the papacy. Let him make the Pope like us a bit more. Alright, and we have been warned of the Golden Horde. Alright, taking a look back over here, we're still leading the percentage, though the Duchess of Holland is caught up to us quite well. Right, let's pause real fast because we have finished taking all of this first area. And I'm just going to walk around and kill some of these collecting armies and hope that sooner or later it puts me into an area where I can gain a Crusade bonus. Here we go. This should give me both the Crusader trait, and now that I'm here, I'm just going to sit here and siege this first area out. In fact, I'm going to send these ships back up here. My daughter just came of age. She's not exceptionally anything special. Let's take a look at matrilineal marriages. Nothing we can really pull for matrilineal marriages. So let's marry her off, at least betroth her off to the Despot of Georgia. Alright, we're getting that ship back up there, I believe. Right? Yeah. It's going right there. Because our goal here is we're just going to pull the troops from both of these areas. Alright. One of our vassals has captured a target of the Crusade. Alright, we'll have to remember that. Hopefully he doesn't attempt to capture it while we're here. This smaller army I'm going to send through and do a little bit of cleaning up as well. I think we're actually trying to win this crusade, if at all possible. Alright, we've had a successful sally by the defender. We almost have a 10-to-1 ratio right there, but we're not going to press that currently. Alright, and I think I'm going to have to call it to a close here. What we'll do is, instead of waiting until the first of the year, what I'm going to do is wait until I have taken this first area. What we're going to do is I'm going to let you go, and when we come back, I'll be finishing up the assault. Okay, we've finally taken the area, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you during the very next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.